Hello, my name is Tonya. I'm Tonya, the Business Alchemist on Instagram, and I'm a business astrologer and coach. I help soulpreneurs build the businesses that they want in the most organic, soulful, and authentic way. So, have you ever heard of the saying where the universe actually becomes a mirror as a reflection for what is going on in your inner world, and it reflects everything out, anything everything that's going on in your inner world, it reflects in the outer world for you to experience and to see. So today I wanted to touch on the topic of self-worth and values. And one of the reasons why as well is because I've got this thing called Saturn in my second house of money, of resources, of values, and even of self-worth. And I know that there's always this constant feeling of a lack of self worth, some limitations that I feel in my life in terms of who I am and what I can deliver in terms of value to others. So there's always a suppression of what I think about myself. Um, and I wanted to relate this to a very different topic. And so I was like, oh, this is quite interesting, the way in which I might want to look at this. So I was just talking to two friends of mine. One of them is health coach Tani, and my BFF Sharon, Therapy by Sharon, and we were talking about the concept of sleep. And because I've been through menopause, right, I'm still going through this phase of very uncomfortable physical symptoms and things like insomnia. So sleep has really been eluding me all this while. And I've never had this problem with sleep before, but for some reason right now I do have this problem with sleep. And it's one of those things where I feel like I have to now do something in order to get sleep. So I feel like I'm chasing after it, like because sleep just feels very limited for me right now. I don't get enough hours of sleep a day, right? I feel tired and therefore it's it's like that. And I'm like, hang on, why what's going on here. So I was just really curious about how come I'm chasing after sleep when I never used to have to chase after it. And these two friends of mine also brought that to my attention, right? This sense that I have to do something in order to get it, whereas sleep is just something that happens very naturally. It just comes and takes over at night when you're ready to fall asleep. um, so I also wondered if I could apply this to my concept of self-worth and value and values and business as well. And it's quite true that I feel often that I'm limited and I don't have enough, right? It's like maybe I don't have enough clients, I don't have enough business, and this is a thought that just keeps running on in my mind. And therefore, what normally happens when I start getting into that stage of feeling limited again and feeling like everything is not abundant, like there's a limitation, there's yeah. And I guess when I get to a low point in my business, I start to feel limited again and worried about whether I get enough clients, whether I have enough money to pay my bills and so on. And it's very similar, I think, to the way in which we discussed sleep this with my two dear friends in the last couple of days. And I think the thing is, if you're looking at things like money, right, it's not like it's limited either. It's an energy, right? It just goes where the energy flows. And if you're feeling like it's limited, therefore it will look like it's limited in the outside world as well, right? The universe just mirrors what you are feeling on the inside. And so I'm just wondering whether I am practically blocking myself by having this feeling that everything is limited, and therefore I have to chase after it. Like it's limited in supply, therefore I have to go and do it. I have to get myself out there. I have to network. I have to do this. I have to put a promotion out and so on and so forth. Are these things which are necessarily, yes, they seem logical, right, to a left brain person, but what if there is a different way of looking at it? And I've tried it, where I've tried to relax, I've tried to go with the flow, and there have been times when I've actually taken breaks. And somehow the clients still come. Somehow the new inquiries come, right? So I'm just wondering whether I am actually limiting myself because of this Saturn in my second house, I guess. It kind of frames things in a certain way. And I'm just wondering what happens if instead of trying to chase, what happens if I allow it to come to me, just like I allow sleep to come to me? What if I allow clients to come? What if I allow love and abundance to come in my direction instead of having to strive, chase after it? What then, So, yeah, I guess it's a way of reframing that and tuning into something quite different. And so, I guess for the next few days, maybe, why not just try to allow myself to receive things in ways that I could never imagine, right? Because when you get, or when I at least get into this limiting mindset and limiting frame, I start to think about exactly how the sleep should come. I start to think about exactly how the money should come, how the clients should come. Everything is shooting all over the place. And maybe if I just allowed things to come in whatever way and form it wanted to come, it would be beyond my imagination how it comes to me. I think really feeling that way really makes me feel suddenly very bright and very optimistic about the amazing, most magical ways in which things can come. And I've had certain things come in my direction before when I never thought, it could come in that way. So yeah, I guess why not try it that way? Why not receive in more ways than one? That's my thoughts today on receiving, on value and self-worth. And if any of this makes sense, or even if it doesn't make sense, feel free to give me a comment or drop me a note and tell me what you think of this. Okay, bye for now.